That's from the Eagles song.
Yeah, everything,
all the time. I'm Pat O'Brien. Court McCollins with us again. Hey, Court, how are you?
I'm good, Pat. How you doing, buddy?
Famous comedian here in L.A. and around the country. Gary Stromberg will join us later. He wrote this book, The Harder They Fall. I'm not in it because I wasn't sober when he wrote it. But it's a lot of celebrities, their stories about how they fell and how they got back up. Gary will be with us in a moment. We're brought to you by Effortless. Now, if you go on the cloud with your business stuff.
Yeah, or any stuff.
What's better than an offense?
Defense.
Right, and Effortless has the defense to prevent any hacks or anything goes wrong with all your information. For example, you don't want your information going out to court.
Yes,
because
I will use that information.
He will use it. We'll talk about them later today, but they're a great company that they'll handle your cloud. They'll handle everything. I don't know if you can see this, but this is what other companies only handle over here. This is what I was bad at.
Yeah, you're good at this.
This is what Effortless does. They do everything. Effortless, we'll talk about them later. They're our sponsor for this hour. Actually, it's 4 hours today.
4 hours?
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, so I hope
1 hour.
Hope you can stump for 3.
Well, I don't know if you saw the Grammys last night, but I don't know.
I'm one of these people that now that it's really hard to watch. It's really hard because, again, for me, music. I think we've talked about this on many occasions. If you don't play an instrument, then you're not in a band.
Exactly.
If you don't play an instrument, you're not in a band. So if everything you do is on a computer, and I'm not saying that it sucks. I'm just saying that for my taste,
right.
If you don't play an instrument, I don't want to see you on the stage.
Exactly.
You know,
and get off the stage.
Please.
By the way, and don't just
quickly.
stand there sullen looking. Now, first of all, let me do a couple of. I love CBS. I work for them. They paid for my life, and I love Last Moonves. However,
I like that. I always like that. What comes after, however.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's set up, then it's
last
however.
night. It wasn't a disaster, but if you like smooth television shows, didn't go right. First of all, Bow Wow or whatever his name is now started the show, and they put Bow Wow on to in an effort to go opposite LL Cool J, who's about 80 years old. And so they got a young guy in there.
Is Bow Wow young? He was a little kid. That's right. Okay.
Right. So
right.
he mistimed the opening of the show by about 90 seconds. So he said, and so let's go. And there were 90 seconds left.
Oh, shit.
Not a great feeling. But Adele's how do you mess up Adele's performance? What happened during hers? And I'm sure if you watched it, actually, you can let us know on the Facebook here. A microphone fell into the piano that was accompanying her.
Oh no!
So it sounded like a guitar strings, because piano.
Oh yeah.
And then she was off key the entire time, and she navigated through it. She did a nice job, but it was off key. It was all messed up. The audio was awful almost all night, and it was not a great night for the Grammys.
I think that goes to show you that's the whole thing that's set up is even like a Super Bowl halftime show.
That sucked too.
That sucked because what you've got is you've got a band or you've got a performance or a group or whatever. I mean, dancers. Let's just say.
By the way, this is Pink Grapefruit Perrier.
Are they sponsoring it? Yeah. You want some free Perriers? What you want? But I think you look at the Super Bowl halftime show. You look at some of these shows, and what's actually happening is you have these technicians or these road, whatever you want to call them, the production that they're not used to. They're not familiar with anything. There's very little, if any, prep before this. They're not rehearsing for days. This isn't a show they've rehearsed with equipment.
They have one sound check.
They have one sound check,
right.
And it's so it's never going to be real quality. I think.
But wait a minute. My thing is, and Gary Stromberg's coming up, and I talked to him about it. I talked to you about it. My thing is, how long did you know you were going to have the Super Bowl or the Grammys?
Well, I'm not
5, 6, 7, 8 years.
Right. Yeah, I know, but I'm saying that when it all comes down to the production of it,
right?
You're right. They probably have one sound check because they're not flying in and they're not all setting up together for a month and rehearsing.
I get your point, but here's the deal: when someone starts singing, turn the mic up.
Yeah.
Even you and I can do that. It's a little knob. You just push it forward.
Just go a little forward?
Yeah. But it wasn't all bad. Lady Gaga, by the way, did a David Bowie tribute, which I thought was about the last minute of her fame. She just tried to do too much. I'm sorry. I love her. She's great. She's a great singer. But, man, she tried to put like 10, 15 songs into one act, and it just didn't come off well. Now, they did a tribute to our friend, Glenn Frey. And it made me cry. I mean, I was like, oh, my God, I miss him. But they had Jackson Browne singing Lion Eyes. Now, obviously, Glenn Frey can't be replaced.
Nope.
Not even by Jackson Browne.
No.
And the rest of them look so sad. And bye-bye Eagles.
But you know what's cool about that is at least they had someone in there, like, because I mean Jackson and Glenn used to live above and below each other,
right.
When they first started out, and Jackson taught them how to write songs, and it's like to have somebody like that come in and do it, at least that
better than LL Cool J,
better than LL Cool J or Bow Wow doing
Taylor Swift could have done it better.
Now I have no problem with Taylor Swift.
Me neither.
I have no problem with Taylor Swift.
This is why Kanye doesn't like you and me. But Taylor Swift won. Let's see, she won Record of the Year. I'm sorry, Album of the Year.
Yeah,
I never could figure out.
I think
why.
There's Record of the Year and album of the Year, and I think the big one is like the Best Picture is Record of the Year, and I think that's the whole thing, like the whole production, the whole 9 yards.
Right. Well, Bruno Mars won that, and I have no problem with that.
Bruno Mars is amazing.
I mean, Court and I have always said Bruno Mars should be on every Super Bowl halftime. From now until he's 60 years old.
Get rid of everybody else. Just have Bruno Mars come out. And you could I'll tell you what you do. Here's what you do from now on. You have a bunch of girls dressed that look exactly like Taylor Swift, dancing on poles around Bruno Mars as he dances. And I'm in. I've got popcorn, maybe something else while the Super Bowl halftime's going on, and enjoying myself. Let's just say it would be a pleasure during the halftime show.
I'll tell you, Taylor Swift, I love. Taylor Smith, I don't care about.
Who's Taylor Smith? Player. Oh, yeah.
Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift is awesome. She's good. And her whole battle with Kanye West. Well, I guess she showed him last night.
Well, I guess it's that whole thing with Kanye West that, I mean, look, Kanye West, I lost all respect when he married Kim Kardashian. It's like at that point, it's like, you're done. You're done in my book.
If she married him for the money, sorry, because he's $53 million in debt. Well, and he's even gone on Twitter and asked for Mark Zuckerberg for $1 billion to help create new ideas.
Well, I think they actually came back and said he's not actually $53 million in debt.
Only on paper?
But what he did was he's got $53 million invested in.
That means he's in debt.
Yeah, But who cares? He's going to live off that Kardashian money anyway, so it doesn't matter.
What else surprised me on this thing last night? Not
that
much.
It was on?
Now, if you can get past Meghan Trainor. Meghan Trainor is from Nantucket.
Now, country singer.
No.
She's not a country singer?
No, she's R&B.
Oh, okay.
Pop.
Well, there we
she's
go.
Pop, like the biggest pop singer in the country.
Okay.
And as you can see, she won Best New
Does
Artist.
she play an
She's
instrument?
been around 2 years. No. She's been around 2 years, but she's from Nantucket, which is so hard to believe that a Nantucket local could actually get out and make it big. Really, because you don't get off the island much.
Really?
In Nantucket, no. I get off the island because I go on the island to live for a month, and then I come off the island.
Right. Well,
how do you know?
I don't. I'm just assuming that this is like it's again. She doesn't play an instrument. I don't really care.
Right. How about Hamilton winning musical theater album?
Never heard of him.
That's a play on Broadway.
Yeah.
Have you heard of Broadway?
I have heard of Broadway.
Okay. The other one is I got to look because it used to be that people like
like rock album Muse. I've heard of Muse. That was very nice.
Who cares?
And then let's see what else. What else was good? Alternative music album is Alabama Shakes, but
I don't mind that.
But they also won rock performance. So how are they alternative and rock? Are they all rock? I mean, see, this just gets all crazy.
By the way, there's a text going out. Where's this from? Warning: if you get sent an email containing an attachment that says it is a recording of Kanye West singing Bohemian Rhapsody, do not open it. It is Kanye West singing Bohemian Rhapsody. Now, if you had Effortless, they would scratch that.
They would scratch that right out of the thing, man.
Gary Stromberg is with us. He's the author of The Harder They Fall, one of our best friends, and he's got a wealth of information about celebs who fell and were able to get back up. Gary Stromberg is next. This is Everything All the Time. I'm Pat O'Brien. He's Court McCowan. Back in a moment.